How did I meet people on trail? Sometimes it's as simple as saying hi, but let's dive a little bit deeper into the people that I hiked with. Idaho Gal 5 asked, how does the crew know each other? You keep talking about we. Who are these people? Well, first and foremost, Idaho Gal 5. I say we even if it's just me. It's not proper vocabulary, but that's how I speak. Now, whether it's Victor, who you guys saw from the first couple of weeks, also now known as Casanova, or it's Bin Chicken, Trainwreck, Wolf, Pigeon, Starburst, Walkie Talkie, Elusive, or Tangent, there's a lot of people that I spent a significant amount of time on trail with. Now, these people were specifically just met on trail, no different than you'd meet anybody else, just by saying hi, getting to know them briefly, and deciding whether or not you wanted to walk with them. Now, Victor, AKA Casanova, was day one. I met him at Hauser Creek the very first night, and we then hiked the next few weeks together. Throughout that, we'd met some other individuals, more specifically, and what you all know, in Bin Chicken and Trainwreck. These are individuals I ended up hiking a significant amount of time with, but were part of a greater group of about 12 that we had around us at the time. Now, as the trail does, over the first 100 miles, this big group broke apart, and I found myself walking majorly with Trainwreck and Bin Chicken. Now, I spent some time with Shaman and Nightbird throughout the desert stretch as well. But when we got to Kennedy Meadows South, the entrance to the Sierra, it was down to T-Dubs, BC, and I. Now, this is where we met Wolf, and our group of 3 decided that a group of 4 might be a little more enjoyable for the snowy high mountains of the Sierra. We trekked together for a few hundred miles before, just after the 1,000-mile mark, we'd run into Pigeon. And that's where he would tag along and our group of 4 would turn into a group of 5. A few hundred miles after that in Northern California, we'd run into Starburst. And once again, we'd grow by 1. And that would really be the gang for the next 1,000 miles until we got close to the end. And we'd ran into Walkie Talkie, Elusive, and Tangent, who would be flip-flopping along the trail. And they decided, why don't we join your group? We've only got a few hundred miles left. Let's take in the final moments together, enjoy some laughs, and roll as one large posse to Canada. So Idaho Gal, that's how I met the crew. But that's also how it works for the majority of people. You definitely can do this solo, but for pretty well all the hikers out there, you just kind of figure out who's going the same miles as you, who you've run into in town multiple times, and who you hit it off with. And at that point, you eventually just make what is known as a tramily or a trail family. And before you know it, you've hiked in some instances 2,000 plus miles with some people from all around the world that you had never met before the trail.